Good morning, flower friends. This is Madonna from Eastside Flower Farm, Los Feliz, California, Zone 9. Today is a beautiful day. We finally got rid of some of the rain and the massive wind, and it is just spectacular. So we're going to do a little quick trip around the yard. First, I have to show you, look at these beautiful ranunculus. These are short. These ones aren't. Isn't that beautiful? Everything is coming to life, and I love it. It is my favorite time of the year. Well, it's a toss-up between now and fall. This time of year, I just like the creation of everything. So this is one of my favorite roses, Ginger Snap. Look how orange it is. It is like a red orange, and it's spectacular. It's one of my favorites. I planted it last year, and it has quickly become a favorite of mine. Here's my outside freesia doing its thing. Isn't it pretty? And there's a random something from last year. So we have all of our salvias are blooming. The rose bushes are going crazy. So we're gonna walk out here. I'll show you from here. Here's the lavender field I started. So I have the first two rows, this one and this one planted already. And those are Provence lavender. And then over on the back too, I'm gonna put the Grosso or the Grosso. So that's what I'm going to put in those. So here is one of my perennial beds. It's starting to look good. Of course, you know, the weeding is always an extra. So this row I have orange and yellow echinacea. Then I did alstroemeria in the center. And then I have red echinacea right here. Monarda or bee balm. I absolutely love the smell of it. And then I have a bed of milkweed right here. Feverfew doing her beautimous thing. And then here, you can't tell. Well, it's all my Rudbeckias. See these guys? Rudbeckia, all the way down. So it's doing good. I just have to weed in between it. And then right here, I have 3 rows. I have Summerberries yarrow and then Terracotta yarrow. And I am just loving, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I can't wait to use those in bouquets. I'm going to come through and I'm going to clip those out. So here in one of my culverts, I have Lisianthus right here. And in this one, I have Lisianthus all through here. All these ones are all my dahlias. Those are being perennialized. I did not dig those up, and I did not dig those up. I did redo the back 2 beds and those 2 because I really downsized my dahlia tubers this year just to get what I really want, and everything else I just sold. Here is my bed of stock. Isn't it great? It's doing good. And then right here I just planted hundreds of Ixia, and I love that flower. It's a great little filler. It's awesome. So here's my roses. I got to finish mulching and putting the water line to that. Here's my ones from last year. Some of my irises. This got really super weedy over the winter, and so I will come and go through this sometime, just not today. So my little table I made is falling apart. I have to screw it down. So we're going to walk over. Here the birds are just doing their thing. Isn't that lovely? Marguerite daisy, some bamboo. I have more roses, so I have 400 roses on the property. Some tree roses right there. This whole section right here are all my English roses up on this arbor. It's not an arbor, that's a wire panel that we put up. And I have some Gara right here, and then my salvias, 2 salvias with some roses right here, and these are perennial for us, and they stay green all year long. So every time they bloom, I trim them back, and I get continual flushes all through the summer and winter. Here's the arbor that my husband made out of cattle panel. So he concreted in these metal posts, and then we set them in there, and it's beautiful. And when these roses, oh look, there's a little pink one showing. So this is Zephyrin in the front, and then New Dawn in the back. So it goes hot pink right here, to light pink right there. And they are absolutely gorgeous, and they smell heavenly. The only downside, well, the good side is they're thornless. Well, the Zephyrin Dawn, the New Dawn, they have so many thorns. If I would have known that, I would not have planted it in the walkway, but I keep it trimmed all the time. So the only downfall with the Zephyrin Dawn is it only gets one big super flush right at the beginning of the season, and then it's sporadic from there. So I wish it stayed bloomed longer. So we have Candy Tuft, Wallflower, which is a great pop of color this time of year. Here's my little Stilby. And there's my little mama Steve. Hi, Steve. Oh, she smells Kit Kat on me. Okay, more little Stilby right there. This is my little secret garden area. Well, it's not really a secret because everybody knows about it. But it's just kind of, it's all on its own. So I have probably another 40 roses in here and have lavender. So roses all through here. And I have every single color that you can think of. So I moved this bench out because, look, I trimmed my rose bush and I left all my pile behind. So I am going to have to, clean that up possibly today. Look at that. Isn't that spectacular? And then I have petunias growing from last year. So, and my roses growing. They're leafing out. There's a pittosporum all through here. So this is, I like this little area. It's nice and quiet. And every once in a while, I'll grab a cup of tea and come out here. And it's just so nice. So everything looks really good here. I'm going to walk out in the yard. It's looking good, nice and green. We've already mowed it. Walt has a couple times. So here's another little section that's coming to life. And again, I have lots of salvias. Salvias and lantana and lavender. The butterflies and bees just love. So we have lots and lots of that. Some more Candy Tuft. Another tree rose. And some more salvia. And we just have stuff everywhere. More roses. There's some lava rock. And my peonies are doing really good. See, they're all coming up. So they do really good. So I've had a lot of people question whether peonies will grow well in our zone, in Zone 9. And all I have to say is I have about 40 of them, and they all do really well. So I would say give it a try. If you're in Zone 9, give it a try. I do keep them watered, though. So here's my Graham Thomas. It is probably the hugest shrub rose that I have, and I have to really keep it cut down because it'd probably get, easily 6 to 8 feet tall, I think. So here's another section of my roses, and look, more roses in my walkway. So this is how we have the walkway. So all this, so these are tea trees. I have ones, oh, there's some weeds in between them. So there's a darker red one with the red, and then there's a lighter green with the pink flowers, and I just love those. There's a little tiny Christmas tree stuck in there, and in like 5 years, that's as tall as it's gotten, so I might have to dig it out and put it somewhere else. So we have some Sedum Autumn Joy coming up, doing really well. More lavender, heather, and what do we got down here? We'll keep walking. Outside of the secret garden with more pittosporum and tree roses. And here's a vine. I bought it a long time ago, and I'm not sure what it's called, but it gets really pretty light lavender flowers on it, like cupped flowers. So it's beautiful. It's an evergreen for us also. So here are my peonies coming up. Look at that baby. So this one is an Ito. So it's a cross between the herbaceous and the tree, I believe. Anyway, it's yellow. It's very pretty. Hi, Mommy. And so here are my peonies, really, really, really coming up. And it is April. Good grief. It's March 25th, I believe. And so I've got little buds all over. So this is their 3rd year. So I should have lots and lots of flowers, peonies this year. So here's Steve. She's just gonna follow along. Hi, Mommy. So here's some more freesia out in the field. This, I just noticed the other day, it is dead. This is my first rose bush that's ever just tanked over and died, and I'm not sure why. So, I have to look, most likely out here, because it's by the irrigation ditch, probably gophers ate the roots on that, but it's solid in the ground, so I'm going to have to do some investigating on that. Hi, Mommy. Okay, so down the walkway, more peonies. Like I said, if you are resistant to growing them in zone 9, I would say just give it a try, because I've not had any issue. So here is my little dwarf nectarine tree there. Right next, we'll just walk over here. Right next to, of course, more roses, 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 roses. So here is my rosemary. This plant, for some reason, died last year because it was the same height as this one. And so I had to replant it so it's a little bit shorter, and I'm not sure why. But here's my dwarf nectarine tree. And the rosemary is just doing really nice right now. So we have some azalea. I'm not sure which way to take you. I guess we'll go this way until I am here. So just about everything we do, we bought a whole bunch of culverts over the years. And, you know, this is huge. This is my little scenery painting. So that we can grow most things without the gophers eating everything. So this pot I just redid, I have some echinacea and some yarrow. It's a pineapple guava. It's an evergreen. And I love it because it's it's like a light sage green underneath, and then a lighter green on the outside. It's really pretty. So I did that in here, and this one I have ice plant here in between. So in this pot, so I did ice plant in this one with the pineapple guava. That's a red apple. I'm gonna pull that out, but right now it's just there. And then I did echinacea and yarrow in this one. So I think what I'm gonna do is, in between the ice plant, is I will go ahead and plant probably echinacea like this one, so something ties them both in together. So here in this bed, I had pulled out all my knockout roses. I had 5, and I just did not like them. So I had bought these from Walter's Garden. They're proven winners, and they are so itty bitty. I don't know if we can see. Smoke bush. So I have 3 gold and 2 black. They're itty bitty little tiny things. So I thought they were dead, and I do see new growth on them. So I can't imagine this filling in, but I am a huge fan of planting things little and then watching them grow up to be big. I just love it. So I do have new growth. So that's exciting because they did not die or freeze. So that's going to be a nice thing. I have more roses in here, more sage, salvia. Like I said, Gregia, like I said, I'm a huge fan of that. Vitex bush that I've already pruned. So we're going to go back to my greenhouse here, the glass house. So here's a fun little thing. If you have children that have a geodome and they don't play on it anymore, I have 2 wisteria on it, one here and one on the other end, and it's a great support for it. So, you know, repurpose it, because we weren't going to do anything with it. There's some wisteria bloom. So I just thought, hey, you know what? Wisteria needs a good support. So there it is. Okay, so we're walking down. Of course, you know, we've had to do some weed control here. And we're walking into the glass house that my husband built me out of a carport frame. And it is just wonderful. I love it. Oh, a little bird just hit it in the door. So here's the inside of my glass house, and let's take a step in. I have been growing. So my anemones, oh, there's a ranunculus. Look at that. Oop. So my anemones, I've been picking. My tulips I just finished already. I have more ranunculus going right here. And then anemones in this bed. And then freesia. I just came out here yesterday and harvested a whole bunch. And they're flopping over because my screen wasn't up high enough. And then more ranunculus. So I have gotten flowers out of here already. I started probably picking tulips maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago out here, which was much sooner than in the field. And these were all done. So there's my pile that will go to the compost. So it is working remarkably well. Come on, Steve. Come on, Mom. I'm going to have to call Steve out here. Come on, Mom. And she's, come on. We don't want to lock her in here. Come on. All right. Come on, Mommy. Hey. Okay, well, she's not going to come right now. So now we're going to walk over to the flower field. There's another pink rose. That's a Cecil Bruner. So there's always an overachiever. There's always. So here's the, look at my field from the glass house path. So my dahlias, my roses, and then the lavender field will be way back over there. All right, so we're going to cut across here. It's kind of chilly this morning. I cannot wait for it to be nice weather because I'm over the winter. It was a long winter for us this year. So we're going to walk up. Here is my cut flower field back there. So we're going to walk over the ditch here. No water running yet. They usually don't turn it on until about April 15th, mid-April. So here, the windstorm. We had a huge windstorm the other day and it blew half my tarp off, but that's okay because I'm going to get that ground ready for my plantings here next week that are in my seed room. They're about ready to come out. So good thing is, Wally and I went through and netted all these rows just last weekend, and I'm so glad we did because if we hadn't, they would have been laid down from the massive windstorm that we had. So here was my direct seeded bed. It was okay. It didn't do that good. Have some Sweet William here, some Larkspur here, lots of spots, some Crossbedia down there, and then Monarda in the middle. And then I have this row. These are all direct seeded also. I see Strawflower. I see Scabiosa. And who knows what else. Lots of other stuff. There should be some Agrostemma. And it's doing really well. My Snapdragons, I thought they were toast because I struggled with them this year. And they're doing pretty good. There is a little bare spot. I see right here in the middle, a couple here, but that's okay. That's why I overplant so that if I lose some, I know it. Here's my Agrostemma over here. It is not, these are all mostly straw flowers in there. Of course, the rows need weeded, but that's okay. We'll get there. So this was also direct seeded, and you know what's really funny? Is I have Bupleurum. And I don't remember planting it, and what a wonderful surprise that is. So here's a little bit of Bupleurum, and I'm ready for it. I just don't remember planting it. So here is a whole row of it's a long stem with a purple ball on the end of it, and I can't think of it right now. So I planted a whole entire bed of it. Hopefully I will like it. It's just, I can't think of what it's called right now. Here's all my ranunculus, and they are coming in really well out in the field. And the yellow. And then another row right here. And then right here, I have some Status. And then I had a few little ranunculus in here that they were extra and I planted. And I'm probably going to pull them out and finish the whole row with Status. So I'm going to make it all even so that this was a hodgepodge row. And I don't really like when I do that, but sometimes I just don't want to throw stuff away. So I planted it anyway. So I'll get out here this afternoon and weed in between the rows. And so this, we keep it tarped. I throw compost on it in the fall. We tarp it. And then I'll bring it up and we'll lay down our fabric. For my summer plantings, and every year at the end of every season we pull up all the fabric, we roll it up, and we reuse it every year. So makes it easier. So here is a row of my mums from last year, and I just cut them. I'll keep cutting them back until 4th of July, and then they'll grow. More weeds. More weeds. Of course, if anybody farms outside and does anything, you know that weeds are part of the job. So here is another perennial bed. So I have 20 more peonies right here. I have some Aquilegia right here. And then Monarda. Some more random stuff in here. And I might pull this out and do something a little consistent too. But maybe, maybe not. So here is another bed. These are all Russian statice, rat tail statice. And they are the coolest little things. Look at those. I love the little spires. They're kind of like a hot pink. I have read that these are great for drying, and I love drying flowers. So what I don't use in a bouquet, I'm going to dry. And these are the only annual that's in my perennial bed. So then we have Trachelium. And then I have a blue and a pink Veronica right here in these two beds. And then I have some Solidago. And these are the light goldens, and they've kind of just struggled. I don't think they're getting enough heat right here yet. And then those are the golden. Those are the golden, and these are the romantic. So these are light yellow, dark yellow. And my fabric blew off right there, but it didn't go far. So that is an update on how things are growing. And of course, the weeds always grow faster than anything else. So that is the constant job. Anytime you're anytime you're farming, is you're constantly weeding. But it is a beautiful day, and we have work to do, and we'll get it done. But for right now, we are seeing life coming into the farm. Things are growing. And the good thing with the glass house is I will definitely have flowers for Easter this weekend. I won't have, I can probably get maybe 20, 30 bouquets out of it. And that is better than nothing. And for Mother's Day, we should have a lot more. So that is an update to the flower farm so far. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.